Hi, this is Toby, and today I'll be showing you another garden update, and this will be a 2,000 subscriber garden update. I have put a message in my community tab asking for a Q&A, and I haven't really gotten any responses. So before I start with this video, I'd like to say a huge thanks to everyone who's subscribed to my channel over the years. I didn't expect to reach 2,000 subscribers this soon. It did take me a few years to reach my first 1,000 subscribers, and now we're at 2,000 subscribers. And although recently I've been finding I've had less time to work on YouTube videos, I'm still trying to put up a few videos a month, or at least one video a month for you guys, and I appreciate all the support you guys have given me. And I will still be doing that Q&A, and if you have any questions you want me to answer in a video with me speaking the answer out to you, like what I'm doing now, just comment in the comment section below. I don't know how many comments I'm going to get. If I don't get a lot, then I might not do it, but if I do get a decent amount of comments with questions, I will answer them. Please keep them relevant to what my channel is about. Now initially I did say that you could comment on me showing you a certain plant you want to look at, but because I'm doing this garden update, I guess that kind of covers that. But anyways, let's get on with the garden update. Let's start over here. Again, I do have some of my Ficus elastica cuttings here that I haven't really looked after as well. They've just been sitting here. My Dendrobium kingianum on this mount, it's grown quite well. You can see the new pseudobulbs have matured. I should probably take this wire off. It definitely doesn't need to be wired onto here anymore because it's already grown into the trunk. A few plants here, my orchids, my native Dendrobiums, my Dendrobium speciosum, two new pseudobulbs. We did get a lot of rain a few days ago, and I left it out here and the pseudobulbs split because it took too much water, but that's okay. You can see some of the older ones have also split before, and it doesn't seem to harm the plant too much. It's still getting these weird spots on the new growth. I don't know what's happened. I don't know if it's a fungal infection or a bacterial thing, but the plant seems to still grow, and I've been feeding it, and I've given it systemic fungicide, but it hasn't seemed to cure it. You can see it's on the other leaves as well. It doesn't spread to my other plants. You can see my other Dendrobiums, kingianum, my kingianums, different kingianum. This is a white one. I don't know what's happening here, why it's ripped. Just making sure there's no insect damage. I don't know why that leaf is ripped, but you can see they're all growing really well. They're not getting that weird black spot. Even my Dendrobium hildopoxin, the new growth here, look how thick that is. I know it's very thin on the bottom, but it's very thick here, kind of reminiscent of Dendrobium tetragonium, which I'll show you later. Plants here doing alright. I know it's a bit unkempt. I will have to fix this place up in spring. I haven't really done much to the plants here. You can see my Ficus elastica has fallen over. It's growing into another pot and it's growing again. I have to sort this plant out. Stuff up here, nothing too spectacular. You can see my Exgastrala hogwarts, some of my gasterias. What is this? Velthemia hasn't died back yet. Some Euphorbia obesa seeds I've sown, I haven't seen any come up. I did sow these a bit late because the first batch of seeds I've sown, let me just make sure, I don't think there's anything coming up, which is really strange because the first batch I sown, 3 of them came up, and I accidentally rotted out 2 of them, and this is the only one that's remaining because it didn't get enough sun initially and it was quite long. Another Dendrobium here, Dendrobium Wayne's Gold, also produced loads of new growth. You can see 1, 2, 3 new pseudobulbs. I've got roots growing everywhere, very healthy. Climbing onions doing well. They flowered. I think these are fruit developing on it. So we might get some seeds and I'll be able to plant some more. Nothing else. Oh, vanilla vine here. This one I propagated from cutting from a larger vine. I just haven't mounted it yet. It does need to get strapped onto something, but I guess I'll have to do that next season. It's getting late. Up here, nothing's really changed that much. I don't know when the last update was, probably at the end of the year. You can see Schlumberger doing really well. This Dendrobium euryalus growing really well. My bulbine seedlings that were in that one video, they're over here. All my South African bulbs are still dormant, so I haven't taken them out yet. Maybe not these Arbucus I just noticed there. Oh, they're just coming out, even though I haven't watered them. That's very strange. Which means I might have to take them out soon. It's very strange. I just noticed that today. Stuff up here doing okay. My Catalea orchid, you can see this is a new growth for this season. Really large new growth. I've tied it up because it interferes with my recording, and I don't want to show a leaf in front of every video. So I've just tried tying it up. This Ripsalis is getting quite large over here as well. This is a Brassia orchid doing really well. Kingiana mount, don't know if it's going to make it. It did grow one new pseudobulb, but it's looking a bit sad. Dendrobium moniliform variegated, doing really well. Dendrobium tetragoium finally grew a new pseudobulb. You can see it is very thin, and it does have square pseudobulbs. Let's see if I can come over here and show you. You can see its angle, it's square. So if I cut the cross section, if I cut it like this, it would be pretty much a perfect square. So if we come down here, I've got a bunch of Astrophytum seedlings. These were sown in December, and you can see they've grown really well. I have some other seedlings growing in here. If we come around here, these are the Astrophytum seedlings I sown in September, and you can see they're slightly larger. There isn't as many of them. We've got some Epiphyllum seedlings. My Haworthias and Gasterias are down there. I will release a video on how to grow them from offsets soon. I've already uploaded that video, I just haven't released it yet. I have kind of resorted the area here, that's why it looks quite neat. Let's come over here to the Epiphyllums. This fruit hasn't really, I don't know what's happened with this fruit. I think it probably stopped developing. I still haven't uploaded that video on harvesting Epiphyllum fruit because I've been waiting for that fruit to mature. But I think all the flowering's finished. Even on my Epiphyllum oxypetalum, produced one flower. My Epiphyllum guatemalans, it does have another bud. Don't know if it'll bloom before it gets cold because it is February, and usually around April it gets really cold. I think it should be able to make it. The flower should develop quite quickly if it warms up again. Nothing too exciting here. My maples, they're growing really well. My pre-bonsai, my Dishojo, you can see lovely new red growth. It is getting a bit weedy. I did weed this part many times, and the weeds have come back, so I just have to get to doing them again. Not sure what happened with one of my macadamias I showed you how to grow. It seemed to have died. The other one, you can see this one's doing really well. It's got new growth. I know they are quite small. Don't know what happened with that one. I'm very confused. I just noticed it died today. I've got a cedrus. What cedar is this? I think it was a deodar cedar. That's growing really well. Blue atlas cedar, second flush of growth. Sequoia forest. One tree has died, but that's okay. My other trees are still alive. The meta sequoia forest got a bit scorched, and I just cut the leaves back, and they're just growing back. This place is still a bit messy. I know there's a lot of weeds here. I do have some interesting stuff to show you. Let's go over here first. The Morton Bay fig that I kind of mounted onto a dead rosemary, it's starting to take off, so it's produced lots of new growth. The other Morton Bay fig I have here that I'm going to turn to a single bonsai, doing really well, producing new aerial roots. I know this one got a bit scorched. There's new aerial roots up there, so really good tree, lots of potential. Let's come over to the greenhouse now. I have an Epiphyllum subdedicata flower about to open tonight. I did do a lot of repotting, again putting everything into square pots just so everything packs a bit better and I get more room. You see, stuff is growing really well. My other Astrophytum seedlings, I've separated these. I'll probably sell those too. This is part of Astrophytum seedlings I'm keeping out. Look how big that one's already grown, so really healthy. Oh, and this one I'm keeping as well. This is Paprika Star, and also grown quite large. These were the 8 Dendrobiums I showed you how to grow in that one video. These are Adenium Somalensi Nova Tanzanias, and I find that after I gave them a deep pot, they've just taken off. They weren't growing so well in the first 2 seasons, but after I repotted them into a deeper pot, they've just done so well. I've got more cacti seedlings. These are all Phradias. I do have another Adenium I purchased. This one's flowering. You can see I've got more flowers on the way. if we come over here, everything here is doing quite well. I've got just a various assortment of, I guess, acacia seedlings. These are looking a bit dry for some reason, probably because they're probably being a bit crowded in here. That's okay. I will water my plants really soon. Acacia over here, acacia cognata. My bunnies, they're doing quite well. My bottle tree seedlings, again, they're still quite small because I've kept them in small pots, and I will repot them very soon. I was going to do it after this video, and I probably will. More cacti out here, these are doing really well. The lime tree hasn't really grown that much. Maple I have in the ground, growing really well. We have a flame tree here in a pot that's also growing really well. Sorghum plants, some tomatillos here, starting to produce a single tomatillo. These are quite small. Ginkgo didn't seem to do really well this season. It was quite hot and it did lose half of its leaves. The other half are quite small, so I'm not sure what's with that. Some tomatoes here, and we've been very unlucky with the tomatoes. I've been getting lots of insects eating them, which is very unfortunate. Not too much here. Some flowering plants have already died back. The tomatillos in the ground, they grew a lot of leaves this season and they didn't really produce any fruit, and now I don't know what's happened with this one. It seems to have just died back. I've tied some of the fallen ones onto my bottle tree. This is a different type of bottle tree. My bigger bottle tree, I just moved it there today. You can see it's growing very tall and starting to lean. Now, if I planted those seedlings in the ground in the season after they germinated, they probably could have reached this size by now, but because I've kept them in pots, they've grown slower. Again, they can grow in pots for a long time. You can see how small that pot is and how big the tree is, so I don't need to worry too much. I do have to repot it because I do want it to get a bit larger. But I will keep it in a pot for a very long time. My tomatillos here. Well, this is tomatillo actually. Got 2 fruit over there. And that's kind of it for the plants here. Oh, yeah, the jalapeno growing. My monkey's tail, I've released a few shorts on the flower, and it's produced more flower buds, so that's just good. The cone I showed you last time, it kind of rotted before it dehisced, and I don't want to be eating that because it's probably moldy, so I don't kind of want to consume that. I did find another cone which is larger than this. It's in the front yard. It hasn't dehisced yet, but it should, and hopefully I can eat that one. But I'm not going to be eating this one. And I think that's going to be about it for this garden update. So I was going to end the video there, but I thought it was going to be a good idea to check the bulbs, and I did this after dinner, and I'm glad I did because they have already started to come out. One of my nerines has already bloomed under the bench. I did not notice this. This flower went that way. That's just unfortunate. I didn't know it was going to bloom this early. Luckily, it's got another flower coming up. It's got the leaves coming up. I need to find somewhere to put these because right now I do not have the facilities to put them. They usually live over there, but I don't have enough space. The blue ferns come out. My hemathis is also starting to bloom, so I did not anticipate for them to come out this early. That's good, they're still alive. I'm just checking there's no other bulbs that's coming out. But that's a nice surprise, I guess. So maybe next time I won't keep them under the bench. Maybe I'll keep them under the greenhouse. I guess that's a better plan. I have space there and they won't get wet. But anyways, I think that's going to be it for this video. So I hope you enjoyed the 2000 subscriber garden update. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. They will be in that Q&A. But anyways, thanks for watching this video and I'll see you next one. Bye.